Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm coming down from my cold, but I just want to show you some highlights from my trip from Detroit to Chicago. Currently at the airport now editing this video. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. See ya.
Whiting, Chicago.
Well, hello guys. I'm now in Union Station, Chicago. And what I will say is, I don't think I've ever been in a Union Station in the United States that is ugly. Not a single one. They're all like so beautiful. This is the view from the hotel room. It's mostly blocked off by this road sign. But, yeah, I got this for free through my IHG points. It was like 22,000 points. I had 56,000. I was considering doing the Intercontinental for 40,000, or it was like 42,000. And those are like worlds apart. And I hear that they like respect your platinum status much more. But it was also way out of the way. I mean, like, this was 5 minutes from the train station from Chicago Union Station. And this was like 5-minute walk, whereas Intercontinental would have required an Uber and this and that. I'm not trying to spend money. But maybe next time I'm in Chicago, I'll use those points on the Intercontinental. Alright guys, I'm here in Chicago. Gonna walk around the River Walk for a little bit. And end up at a bakery. Get my coffee. Maybe a snack. But yeah. That's the Sears Tower. You know, something I've thought about recently is actually like how little I smile. Like, unless I'm actively like laughing at something, which I do laugh a lot at things. Like, I think most things are like funny most of the time. But I realize, like, I smile so little, like, to the point where, like, I was in, like, multiple army schools, and I would get asked, like, even in, like, basic training, like, hey, trainee, you good? You look like you about to can't say that word. You look like you about to do something to yourself. Like, all the time. I'd always be asked, do you want to quit? Do you want to drop this course? Do you want to quit? I would just like be standing there. I'm like, yeah, this sucks, but like, nah, I'm chilling, dog. Like I'm good. I'm in my own world. And oh, here's a fun fact. Oh no. That statue right there. That building right there. It's like there. That's the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And the statue at the top of it, I can't zoom in that far with this camera, but the statue at the top of it, that statue is of the Greek goddess of agriculture, because Mercantile Exchange, duh. But they didn't think at the time that anyone would build a tower anywhere as big as that, so they ended up they ended up not etching a face onto the statue because it cost too much money. And obviously there are, like, this is just a bland generic tower right here, and it's nearly as tall. So yeah, clearly they were wrong. The Federal Reserve is also down that street. But yeah, anyways, back to smiling. Yeah, and I remember one time, like, I was on a date with a girl. My cold is coming down. I have had a really bad cold the last couple of days. It's starting to come down. I'm on a date with this girl. And, you know, we would always have great conversations. And then I took her to, like, a rooftop bar in Boston. I remember doing this and, like, getting her, I think I got her something that day as well. But yeah, she was just like, can I just be honest with you? Like, yeah, sure, be honest, go for it. And she goes, I feel you legitimately don't care about anything I have to say. There's a few other reasons, like I don't follow up and I don't contribute to the conversation as much. But she was like, but mostly, like, you just don't smile, or you just look like you're blanking off into space. And I'm just like, well, I am paying attention. I'm trying to think about, like, how to respond. I'm not sure how to respond. To which she would go, yeah, I feel like you just, like, really don't care. Yeah, I realized, like, yeah, I guess that really does, I really guess, like, smiling and not, like, nodding, like, really does come off as, like, I don't care. But yeah, I like this building here. I like the bottom of it. It's like a engine piece or something. But yeah, then I reread The Great Gatsby the other day, and I saw that like, I think it was Nick who once he realized how much people liked him when he started smiling, he just decided to smile more ever since. Which, yeah, kind of left an impression on me. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now because I keep hacking and coughing. And I might even speed up the video from here. All right, we are at the Wacker Drive, right? No, we're on Wacker Drive. This building here is called the Hot Pocket because it looks like a hot pocket. I'm gonna put a hot pocket right next to the screen to show you. That building over there, I think that's the former post office building. But yeah, this is why Chicago has to be like my favorite city in the US. Just the most diverse architecture of any city I've ever been, like ever. And there's always a new building too. That's always the best part. The fog gives it a nice aesthetic. Alright, we're back at it. Yeah, this is my favorite part of the Riverwalk because it just has the coolest towers. Like this one. This one was like the first concept of a city inside of a city. This was the first building to have like a grocery store, a restaurant, parking, all within like one building, and it looks like a honeycomb. Yeah, I think you could buy one of these condos for like $300,000, I think. But yeah, it's a unique design, and I actually think it's quite cool. I'm gonna try to walk closer to more of the Riverwalk, but yeah. I'm not quite sure what that one is there. Not sure. But I know that, but this one is my favorite here. I'm gonna try to zoom in on it. That one right there. That building was made during the Prohibition era. And it was designed as a champagne bottle with a golden cork. Because during the Prohibition era, we knew we outlawed the owning of bullion, so gold and silver. So these architects built this building, and they used all their silver and gold, or not their silver, but mostly their gold, to create the top of this building. And it is completely made of gold. Just because you could own gold for rings, for religious symbols, and for decorations. And when they built this building, they said, well, it's a decoration. We're just decorating. And they'd rather put it all into a building than give it to the federal government. Which I think is pretty cool. Yeah. A few more interesting buildings here. Gonna wait till I might just cut out the video at this point. Alright, just because you kinda can't avoid talking about it, this tower, the Epstein, the Trump Tower, this tower has a unique style called contextualism, which means that these level cutoffs here, there, and up at the very top, those level cutoffs basically allow it to look uniform with the surrounding buildings at different angles. So you see the Wrigley Clock Tower lines up there, that lines up there, and I'm sure I can find another tower that lines up there, roughly at least. So depending on the context of which you're looking at it, it comes in at a different style. I'm going to try to walk closer to these towers because I think they deserve a little bit of shine. But I have to wait to cross. So the Wrigley Clock Tower is a Spanish revivalism clock tower made by the business mogul Wrigley. Lots of things out of Chicago named after Wrigley, like Wrigley Field, Wrigley Stadium. You might know it as the chewing gum. And then in the background, and I have to start running back to my hotel, so I'm going to keep it fast. The background, we have this Gothic Chicago Tribune Tower. I think it's beautiful. I just think it's so cool. Like, we have like mid-2000s contextualism next to Spanish revivalism, next to Gothic styled architecture, all in like 1 3-minute walk, you know? Like, where else in the world? And then throw in this honorable mention. This one right here, this, like, we can get at a better angle. This is this blue one right here, this thin blue one. That is the tallest tower in the world designed by a woman. Yeah, thought that was interesting. I'll do one more swoop. But yeah, alright, I gotta start running back to my hotel and then get on the blue line and get to the airport. I think this might be one full video. But yeah, see ya, bye.